here up north against KK Palace. African Stars, the Debmarine facing the newly promoted team KK Palace, and a team that obviously African Stars has a new experience for. Our Let's see how they. Let's allow all of you to join the live stream. Make sure you share with your football friends and family. Tell them that we are live. Tell them that you can engage just on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You will find the link that will guide you to our YouTube channel, and there you will be able to join in. 6 points is on the card in the north. Wow. Of course, I have to speak about yesterday's game. Versus African Stars. Probably game of the season so far. I mean, I'm a little bit biased, of course, but how can it not be game of the season so far? Where the champions were down to 10 men around the 70th minute with a African Stars or a Chula Chula team that was biting at the heels of African Stars. And we're biting at the heels of African Stars. But funny enough, when they went to 10 men to come back, score a goal from a corner, a Willie Stefanos corner, scored by slotted the penalty to make it 2-0 to the 10 men of African Stars. Great result. And Coach Benny Ausep, who is guarding the camp as our departed Ronica Nenelo, has laid the foundation. And Coach Benny, in his post-match interviews, just said the foundation has been laid down. I can try to impose. So wise words from the assistant coach, now head coach of African Stars, Coach Benny Ausep. And in our picture now, we have the two teams coming out. Just try to let the music die down, and then I will read out the starting lineup, starting with the home team, KK Palace. Number 17, Philippus Abraham. Number 16, Sidwell Huotbom. Number 10, Elias Hambongo. Number 20, Kala Luka. Number 18, Kenza Beni. Number 11, Andreas Shanika. Number 21, Philippus Mungome. Number 25, Chindima. Number 8, Tabang Cheteti, C30, apologies. Number 24, Romario Hausiku. And to finish off the starting lineup for KK Palace, number 26, Quentin Mokoka. For the bench for KK Palace, we have number 5, Roberto. Number 7, Kenny. Number 3, Itembu. Number 1, Mundingi. Number 13, Haifuka. Number 9, which is predominantly a striker, Jasper. Number 30, Tangeni. and number 12, Mupupa. So that is the full team starting lineup and bench for Coach Anderson Huiri. For African Stars, in goal, we have the starting to become very reliable goalkeeper in Marvin Lukaku Kasetura. He got a yellow card in the previous game, a hilarious yellow card for dissent. But discipline is probably on the cards here for the Red Army in this double hitter. The back line is the three trusty men in Malane, Tabang Malane, Charles Hambira Chalo, and the strongest man in the league, Vitapi Ngaruka, and filling in the slot of Edmund Kambanda, who received the red card against Chula Chula yesterday, is the natural left-footed left back, Jackson Johannes. In the midfield, our captain, Ronald Stiga Kechiere, alongside Godwin Isep and Rika Mujiwa. And then up front, we have the three players in Awilo, Paulus, who is replacing Gasep, and the star boy, Bakoncha Chaikika. At this present time, we will take a He was born on the 12th of May 1929 and he passed on the 8th of February 2025. His service will be always remembered, the founding father of the Namibian nation. So condolences to his family, but he was a great man and will always be remembered. Of course, my name is Emmanuel Nkora. Follow me on Instagram. But share with your football friends and family and engage in the comment section of YouTube. What do you believe the scoreline is? A lot of you maybe would not have predicted that we would have won 2-0 against Chula Chula after that red card. But now it's 11 versus 11. The game always starts as such. What do you believe the Red Army can do? And remember, these 3 points are vital. The game before this was Young African versus Chula Chula, which ended in a 1-1 draw. Young African on top of the log. But I will explain shortly how important these 3 points are for the Red Army. That's it. Sunny day in Okanja. It was a late kickoff yesterday, but today it is a sunny kickoff that will run into the night, hopefully, just to allow the players to cool down. We will off the mark of each half. 70th minute. Week, match day 10 and match day 11. Today is match day 11. Young Africans still undefeated. Do not underestimate them. With the through ball being passed on the wing, it goes wide over the crossbar, trying Paulus. But Young Africans still undefeated. They have now 20 points, earning 2 points over the course of 2 games. second. Of course, Ongos FC are playing or have played their game at 1 p.m. today, so results might change that. And Kumas Nampo and Mighty Gunners are playing as well, starting at the same time as this game. So, of course, things might still change. But if African Stars can get 3 points, they will definitely guarantee their spot at 21 points. 1 point ahead of Young Africans' current 20 points. So, Coach Benny is licking his lips. Here's Malani with the throw into from the number 26, Mukoka. No nonsense. And this is a different game. Chula Chula has spirit. Chula has rivalry with KK Palace, who are sitting currently in 11th place in the Debmarine Premiership. Romario Aifuku gets it to Luka Kuka. Cross goes to the back post. It's a nice one. Finding. Thank you. Hello. Apologies just for the language. We are in the thick of things here at the Oshakati Stadium, the Oshakati Independent Stadium. And it was a game that I was closely next to the Chula Chula fans while commentating. But I can assure you, I left the stadium in one piece. And while the red card was a forced change for left back, Jackson Johannes is a natural left back, and his crosses are actually his strongest point. Really threading in crosses from deep, trying to find the striker early. But another change is Paulus, number 11, coming in for Harold Gassep. And Paulus hasn't received many starts in this Premiership season so far. This is perhaps his first start. Let's see how he does. And the ball is thrown to his area there. Bakunja. He'll probably just try to win something. Here's Paulus. Good tackle there from Kala Luka. And the captain, Captain Benny Kenza, left-sided centre back, will take it. Oh, and he leaves it to his other centre back. The number 25, Chindima, takes it long. Tabang, Chititi, apologies, Chitati, the lock number 8 player, and I assume he's from South Africa. So some foreign imports here for KK Palace. Foul given to African Stars. Bakonja, Jackson Johannes, Rika, and supporters here in the Oshakati Stadium, maybe half as much as what it was yesterday. I assume everybody spent their money on Saturday evening. Luka just headering the ball there with Ngaruka. That's Romario with a bad pass, trying to find his left back, Romario Haifiku, number 24. Godwin back to Malane. Cleared by Chindima and back into the fray by Jackson Johannes, which could find Polis. Polis has done well to keep it in. Ends in a goal kick, however. The goalkeeper, Sidwell Grootboom. And he is groot, né? Very stocky goalkeeper compared to the very slender Kasetura Lukaku. Here's Tabang. Header on. Tabang again. Good defensive midfield work. And Luka couldn't get past Malane. Here's Paulus. Romario. And Tabang tried to find Philippus Nangome on that right flank. Missed time pass, and the crowd just getting slightly restless, asking the ball to be put down. Bad pass there from Rika. And it is a foul. Number 20, Kala Luka, on this left flank is one to watch out for. Literally during the game yesterday, I had the privilege of watching the young man play, the number 20 for KK Palace. So watch out for him, but he has a formidable foe in Tabang Malande, the very technical right back for Stars, who takes the throw in. There is another player, the number 3 for KK Palace. It's one to watch out for, but here they come. Cross is not educated. Johannes finding, and a foul won by Starboy Bakunja Chaikika. Third foul in the game for Stars. Header on. Cleared away from Chidima. It's a good flick on there for Awilo, who has changed flanks, coming to this right wing. Round of applause for Tabang Chitati, who has played a good pass, and just a missed kick there from Ngaruka, who really has to be applauded yesterday when the yellow cards and the red cards were being dished out. The man on the ball now, Vitapi Ngaruka, was the first man to say, guys, let's concentrate. We still have this game. And it was his header that ignited the fire and that burned Chula Chula in their own home. So huge props for the number 18 for African Stars. Foul they committed by Stiga. It was unfortunate though. Coach Benny Hausep for African Stars just talking to Godwin Isep now, asking him to orchestrate. And I haven't said Godwin's name just yet, so perhaps Coach Benny is just asking him to get more involved. As Godwin is playing in that advanced midfield position. Cross comes in, it's dealt with by Ngaruka. It's still in the hands of Palace. And a shot well off target by Tabang Shitati. Here's Ngaruka. Goes into his captain Stiga. Rika. Ambira just had to clear it as the ball wasn't settled. And Groot Boom tried to find Philippus. But to the dismay of the KK Palace fans who are on the far side of the stadium field, they did not like the fact that the throw-in was awarded to African Stars. So if KK Palace do score, we will see in our picture how they celebrate on the far end of the stadium. African Stars really playing a high line here. And maybe just trusting in their class to get the job done. Stiga with a hard pass there. And a good combination. Throw in to be taken by Quinton Mukoka. And as other results come in, it will be interesting to see what the standings are during halftime. So we will try to get that for you, regardless of how this game is going. But the players don't want to concentrate on the log, as Kazetura just put under a little bit of pressure there from the number 10, Elias Ambongo. But let us know in the chat on YouTube how the other games have gone on. Ongos FC and Komas Nampo versus Mighty Gunners. Those are the two games that we should keep an eye on as African Stars fans. Some fans here in the stadium are already calling for certain players to be substituted. The ball just needs to find more stability for both teams. That's a good pass from Tabang, finding Philippus. And it's a good tackle from Johannes. Haisiku puts it in the box, out from Hambira. The right man at the right time, at the right place, Charles Hambira. Haisiku. Good pass from him. Can KK find some combinations? And those balls, we keep on saying it here on this channel. If African Stars opponents try to go the long ball, seasoned veterans in Charles Hambira and Vitapin Garuka will header those things for days. That's bread and butter. You are more likely to confuse the back line of African Stars if you keep the ball down, if you stress them out with tiki-taka football. is yet another example of that there. Tabang Sitati. Bakonja. He can look up now with his left foot, and it's caught out by the number 17, Abraham. And here comes now the number 10, Elias. Puts it in the box. The Tapi clears for now. Mpolis can bring it out. Time to look up. He finds Chaikika Awilo. And some would say that Awilo was maybe a little bit out of the game against Chula Chula, but hey, he had an assist and he created the penalty. The assist came from a corner. Almost a beautiful through ball to Paulus. Stiga! First shot attempt falling to our captain. He always has one opportunity every 45 minutes. I laugh with him about that after the games. But if he does get some space, he will take a shot. Here's Godwin now, getting more into the game. Rika, an attempt from himself. Good attempt from Rika Mujua from way away. If he's confident in taking those, he should take them more often. First corner of the game falling to African Stars. Number 27, Chaikika, taking it. Oh, Ngaruka was there again. It's put back into the back post. Khruat Buam catches it. Elias now finds his right back. Chindima. Kenza. His long balls. That's onside. And this is an African Stars platform, but I can almost surely tell you that that perhaps was not offside. And that's one example of a long ball working in the favor of African Stars opponents. Normally that does not happen. It's a good through ball from the captain, Kenza Beni, who's the left-sided centre-back, the number 18. The spine of African Stars just playing amongst each other, the goalkeeper and the two centre backs. They know each other very well. Charles Mbira can just maybe turn his body, but he gives it off to the strongest man in the league. Patient play here from African Stars. Jackson Johannes will get that. He has Tabang Shitati with him. And Shitati takes the ball off Jackson. But it's given back to the Red Army with Godwin. Finding Bakonja! Good save from Sidwa Khruat Buam. First shot on target there for African Stars. It was Gordon Isep who just regained control of the ball in that midfield, and a little flick found Chaikika, and all he had to do was turn and shoot. Good save from the goalkeeper. Corner from Awilo. Another showboat shave. Isiku back to Shinika. Through ball, and that is offside. Yep. That was definitely offside. Could see that coming. But good play from the number 24, Romeo Haisiku, and the number 11, Andreas Shanika. As they give away a needless corner, which could have been dealt with, but African Stars with their third corner coming up shortly. Of course, team from the north themselves. Willow through a boom. The goalkeeper was impeded, but the referee allowing play to continue. Malane taken off the ball. He needs to get back into position as Tabang Sitati finds his winger. And Jackson Johannes positioned very well to stop that counter attack. And KK Palace has received 50,000 from Ondangwa Town Council to cover travel expenses. So expect KK Palace to be a team that always arrives on time. So thank you to the Ondangwa Town Council for their contribution. It's good to see so many organizations contributing to football. Shot on target, saved comfortably. Hello. Go on that side. Johannes, Rika, Godwin, impeded by Luca, but could find still Malani, and Malani trying to find a Willow left back that you should be watching out for. You can find somebody from deep. Luca, and the ball just almost hitting us here in the commentary area. Still scoreless here. African Stars having one shot on target, two shots off target, and one shot off target. African Stars having three corners. So in this game that was predominantly played in the, but still maybe a few nerves just to understand what KK Palace are all about. But at the same time, also wondering what KK Palace are all about. So stay tuned. We'll be back. And as we did mention, it is a throw into African Stars after this water break. But Mighty Gunners versus Comas Nampo, which started at 4 p.m. Young Brazilians versus Okahanja United, which started at 2 p.m. So that result should be out already. Blue Boys versus UNAM FC, starting at 2 p.m. That result should be out already. As well as Blue Waters versus Bucks Buccaneers. And Ongos versus Jolinho started at 1 p.m. So it will be interesting to see what that result came about, because Ongos FC are sitting currently at fourth with 17 points, and they can get to 20 if they beat Jalino. Then they will have 20 points as I speak. African Stars currently has 19 points, but if they lose this game, they will stay with 18 points. So, Ongos FC, a lot of people doubted them, but they are still in the game. And I would not say that there's a little bit of time wasting tactics here being implemented by African Stars. I wouldn't call it that, but I think they're just trying to really calculate this KK Palace team through class, not allowing them to get on the ball, frustrating them, and that's when they're most vulnerable. Godwin doing well. He needs to find support. He does in Bakonja. Good touch there from Bakonja, finding Malane. Paulus. Malane threading through two players. He had an easy task to put that ball in the box, and he normally is very good with his crossing, but he probably got too excited. But good play between the three players, Paulus, Malane, Bakonja, and Godwin. The four players, actually. Groot Boom with the goal kick. Here's Rika. Awilo. Nice touch, quick one touch pass to Bakonja, but he couldn't trap it. Shitati takes it off him. Kenza finds Haisiku. Very good headers there, defensive headers from the two center backs of African Stars. I mean, certain medical professionals once almost took away headering in the game of football, saying that only 5 headers would be allowed in each half of football. Just imagine that, ladies and gentlemen. If every 45 minutes you could only header the ball once, I think Charles Hambira and Vitapi Garuka would be two players that wouldn't survive a 90-minute game because they headed the ball constantly. So the advice to opponents, keep the ball down and try to thread through balls to outsmart the backline of African Stars. High ball there from Mukoka. Chitati. Here he is on the ball now. Chitati passes it back to Chidima. And that's another good through ball. It's offside, unfortunately, for Philippus Namgome. But good play from the number 8 for KK Palace, Tabang Shitati, in that defensive midfield position, and the number 24, Romeo Haisiku. They seem to be the two most technical players in that central midfield for KK Palace. Chidima. Stiga tried to put it down, and Rika has found Awilo, but Awilo is maybe in his younger days he would have caught that. Foul throw. Wow. So that's the second foul throw that we've seen in this game. Both taken by KK Palace. Paulus. It's a good touch. Maybe he had the opportunity to do the most craziest of shot attempts on goal as he controlled it with his knee. Throw in to be taken by Mukoka. Hey, good control from the ball boy. Maybe he should get a contract. Oh, and the ball's cut out there from Elias, the number 10. And now it's in the hands of Chinika, who tried to be too clever. And Malane was smart enough to track back. Oh, and Kasetura has been impeded. And the referee is not deeming that to be a foul. So luckily, the goalkeeper didn't play to the whistle, as you would say in football. Don't play to the whistle, because if the whistle doesn't go and you have your arms stretched out looking for a foul, and the player puts it into the back of the net, you will be left looking stupid. So well done from the Stars goalkeeper for staying alert. Johannes. Kenza, acrobatic clearance, header from Stiga. Haisiku tried to help it on. Ball one there from Elias, the number 10. Chidima. Malane. Oh, very lucky to find Hambira there. And it's just that combination between Stiga and Rika Mujua, which is not really working for African Stars. Stiga is the more defensive-minded midfielder, and Rika Mujua, the what you would call a number 8 box-to-box midfielder. And they need to be more in sync if this is going to work. Here's Stiga now passing to Rika, and Rika getting it to Bakonja. Luka. Eish! This is number 20 for KK Palace. He's very disrespectful. Kenza, the captain. Still goalless here in the second game of a double-header weekend for most teams, but in this one, it is the home team KK Palace versus African Stars. Just a handful of attempts for both teams, in fact. Nothing really clear-cut. So still a chess match. Here's the captain now, Kenza Beni. And he just kicks it out. Let's see what our captain can do. Here's Stiga. Good flick over there for Paulus. He needs to look up. He does, and he's trying to find Awilo, but a good header there from the left back, Abraham. Chitati finding Luka. Good defensive work there from Jackson Johannes between two players. Here comes Awilo. Oh, that pass to Godwin! Yes, 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 yes. Godwin Isaac. And what did he tell me earlier today? He's the ladies' man. And he gives us a little dance there. But no ladies were cheering for you, my brother. But the Red Army will cheer for you, because Godwin Isaac has brought his goal scoring tally to 2 goals for the season, 1 assist, And ladies and gentlemen, that's another assist for Awilo. That brings his assist tally to 4. So while people might say everything they want to say about Awilo, he's not in the game, he's this and he's that, he can always influence the game. And we have to give some credit to Jackson Johannes, who broke through 2 players, KK Palace players, and the ball found its way to Awilo. And Awilo, who was trying to actually find Jackson Johannes, it fell to Godwin Isep, and a beautiful slotted goal from the number 7. 1-0 to African Stars. And this is what we were saying, when class will just come to show at the end of class will prevail. African Stars were just trying to be patient, just trying to see who this KK Palace team is, what they are about. And at the end of the day, Awilo said, "Aye, as my Tate no man." And the ladies' man, Godwin Isep, got his 2nd goal of the season. Here's Harika. Found Godwin. Stiga. Kechere. Chahikika. Paulus is there. But good defensive work from Mukoka. He's a strong left back. And Paulus is more agile, more nimble. So 2 players there. 2 players of good opposites. One is quick, one is strong. Good work there from Bakonja. Very tricky there. Malane. These guys might be having fun now. Here's Awilo with a turn of his own. That's a lovely pass to Godwin. Godwin goes wide. It's given off as offside, which is actually quite surprising. The first offside call for African Stars in this game. But the Samba boys are coming now. Stalile. Willow there, just with some beautiful footwork. That's another good flick there from Willie Stefanis. Godwin almost finding Paulus. It's starting to look quite creative here for African Stars. That's some good creativity. I'm losing my words here. Don't do it like that. Rika, he had an easy task trying to find Jackson Johannes. That's a foul. Here's Abraham. And that's a foul on Charles Mbira from the number 10, Elias Ambongo. And Charles Mbira just fell on his left, or I would call it his right shoulder. It will take more to stop him, the brave warrior. And just a high five between the 2 opponents. And I can say that goal has just calmed the nerves of the Red Army. They weren't demanding much from the team today. Of course, they were demanding 3 points, but that's a beautiful pass there from Bakonja Chahikika for Awilo. What can he do? That is what he can do. Go to sleep. Willie Awilo Stefanis. becoming that type of game now. It's becoming that type of game. Ladies and gentlemen, tell your football friends and family that African Stars are, I think they are going to put on a show here. I think they're going to put on a show here, and it's unfortunate for KK Palace. We shouldn't try to be too arrogant, but the way these boys are starting to play, oh, that's a beautiful through ball from the number 10, Elias. But Charles Hambira, oh, he clears it as an up and under header from Haisiku. Another defensive header from Vitapi. And that's a goal kick. And in that highlight, you saw a beautiful pass from Bakonja Chahikika, who has given his assist tally to 2 assists for the season. Bakonja. And it found its way to the back post for Awilo. And I didn't expect him to just shoot. And he did. And that's why he's wearing yellow boots, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful goal. 2-0 to African Stars. Sitati. Back to his captain, Kenza. Malane. Rika. Awilo on the turn. 2 minutes of additional time. Awilo is still on the turn. Oh no, he's trying to beat 2 players. He did well, maybe could have won the foul there. 2 minutes of additional time in this first half. I don't think the spectators here in Noshakati want this game to end. Beautiful footwork from Stiga. Oh, it could have gone back to Stiga and he might have taken a shot himself, but Bakonja went left instead of going right. But as I will say, I don't think the supporters here in Noshakati want this game to end because they are seeing championship football. Romeo Haisiku just couldn't put that through ball to the number 21, Philippus Mungome. Still a very comfortable game in regards of attempts against African Stars. Nothing really concerning. Stiga puts it down. Malane tried to clear, but here comes a shot, and it's a shot that might go out for a throw-in, and it does, from Andreas Shanika. But that's what the Red Army can provide for you. When African Stars come to your town, the first game against Chula Chula was not creative. It was hard fought. It was nail biting. It was dramatic. But today, on this Sunday afternoon at the Independence Stadium, African Stars are treating the spectators, Chula Chula spectators, KK Palace spectators, and of course you watching live on YouTube, to a spectacle of football. Here's Philippus. No support. Paulus. And that is half time. There's just a small murmur in the stadium, maybe a satisfied murmur from the spectators here. The result is probably already in the bag, although let us not count our chickens before they are hatched. But at the halftime mark, it is KK Palace 0, African Stars 2. Stay tuned for the second half. Oshakati Independence Stadium in Oshakati, of course. 2-0 to the away team, African Stars. A goal scored by Godwin Isep, an assist from Willie Stephanus Awilo, and then a beautiful goal from the man himself, Willie Stephanus, an assist, a beautiful assist from Bakonja Chaikika. 2 substitutions for KK Palace. It is number 9 and number 5 that are coming on at this present time. We'll confirm those 2 names now. So number 5, Roberto, entering the game, and number 9, Jasper. So for Coach Anderson Piri of KK Palace, he's still entrusting his players. Those 2 players are 2 attacking players. In number 26, Quentin Mukoka is one of those substitutes. And in fact, the number 20, Kala Luka, just Luka for short, is now playing right back. In fact, he was playing central midfield, the number 20. He is receiving the ball now, Kala Luka. So a few changes in that lineup for KK Palace. And here's the number 10, Elias. It's a beautiful pass. It's almost an acrobatic finish from the substitute, but it's a goal. A goal nonetheless. And a surprising substitute. And what a substitution it has been, because that is Roberto, the number 5. He's just been substituted on, and wow. Could we say that we were slightly arrogant with assuming that the game was over? It was an assist from the number 10, Elias Hambongo, on this right side. An almost acrobatic finish from the number 9, a substitute himself, Jasper. But it fell to the number 5, Roberto, and he slotted it past Kasetura to make it 2-1. And yeah, that's how the game goes. Don't count your chickens before they are hatched. I will try to confirm the other player that has been substituted. Of course, the number 26, Quentin Mokoka, is one of them. And throughout the game, I will try to locate the other substitute, but wow. An immediate effect for Coach Anderson Piri. And I did mention those 2 substitutions were attacking options. So I guess Coach Piri decided, we are already losing. Let us just throw a spanner into the works and let's see what happens. Let's throw a fish net into the ocean and let's see what is caught. And they caught a very early goal. And now they're looking for an equalizer. That's onside. And Andreas Shanika, the number 11, he had one touch, maybe too much. It took it away from him. And the fans here in the Oshakati Stadium, most of them are neutrals. They perhaps want to see blood from African Stars. And Coach Benny Hausep, it's an interesting position that he's in now. Yesterday's game was a fight from the death. Today's game might be a fight from a very comfortable throne at the King's Castle. But The people in the I'm not going to disrespect KK Palace, but that's offside. But when you sit too comfortably on that throne, the people, your citizens, might revolt. And that's the story that can be told here today. But class and patience might still be a key aspect of this game. African Stars just need to slow it down to their pace, slow it down to their foundation, and they can probably get another goal, which might be needed. That's a hard challenge on Charles Ambira, and the referee really has to look at this. Charles Ambira has suffered many injuries in his day. We do have Jean-Luca, a comfortable centre back in the substitutes bench for African Stars, but Charles Mbira is okay to continue. 2-1. African Stars 2, KK Palace 1. No sub. He goes and finds Godwin. Godwin maybe has space to take a shot. He rides the challenge from Roberto. He has Malane in support. Malane finds Awilo. Malane. No foul given. You can never underestimate the fight of they will fight until the end. It's not in their nature to give up. Paulus going high, headed on. That's a foul against African Stars. And you wouldn't find too many mistakes in that first 45 minutes for African Stars, but now that the game is at a nervous 2-1 scoreline, certain players might be called out for holding too long onto the ball, giving up possession needlessly, and winning or conceding corners just like that. First corner of the second half for KK Palace. Oh, it's a driven corner. Throw in to be taken by Luka. Luka again. Garuka with that defensive header. Bakonja has time to look up. He finds Godwin. Godwin is supported from Malane. That pass being caught out, but here's our captain. Malane needs to let go of that ball. He does have support in Stiga, and Bakonja, a few taps on the ball, playing with confidence. Cleared by the captain Kenza, and it founds his player, but the strongest man in the league, too strong for the referee's liking. Vitapi Ngaruka conceding that free kick. These are nervy moments for African Stars. They're still in the fire, or what I would maybe call the snow. Good catch. As African Stars were burning hot in the first 45 minutes. Now, the blue, I wouldn't call it the blue waters, but the blue snow of the northern team, KK Palace, has just cooled off some of the intricate and creative play from African Stars. But it's still 2-1 to the Debmarine champions. And that's a beautiful through ball to Jasper. Malane clears. Godwin. Mujua. Paulus. Chaikika couldn't cap it. And here's Elias finding a beautiful, almost a beautiful through ball from Shanika. And Coach Andreas Piri for KK Palace will be very, very encouraged by how his team has come out in the second half. Awilo to Malane. Manale can look up. Good clearance. Jackson Johannes closed down, but still gets the throw in. And it was Paulus, the left winger, that was cutting in behind, trying to get onto that cross from Malane. A good 1-2 between Malane and Awilo. And two players, Gassep, actually three players, Gianluca, Gassep, and Jomo are the three African Stars players warming up at this present time. Advantage play. Makocha with the shot. It's not going to trouble Sidwell Grootboom. Paulus brings it down. He finds his captain, Ronald Keshiere. Keshiere is asking a lot from Godwin. But Awilo catches the clearance. He maybe had another second to steady himself. KK Palace come out of their box with... It was Sitati finding his defender, but his defender put it out. Awilo is now putting another dangerous cross. It's blocked, and it's a corner. Corner to be taken by Chahikika. Headed out there from, I believe that was Haisiku. Good defensive work there from Chidima, just cutting out Paulus. I believe the other player that was substituted is the number 21, Philippus Nangome. So Roberto and Jasper, the number 9, who is running now onto the ball, is one of the substitutes. And the other substitute was the goal scorer. Jasper does well to win another corner for KK Palace. This is starting to become nail biting, not just your fingernails, but also your toenails. Near post, cleared. Setati. Vitapi. Awilo. Chidima puts it back in. It's a little bit awkward, but not too awkward for Lukaku Marvin Kasetura. Coach Benny Hausep of African Stars just asking his players, hey, calm down, bring the ball up. Let's get out of our own half. And Coach Anderson Piri hasn't sat down this entire half. And the audience here, the spectators, not happy with that decision, that foul that has just been given. And it does look like 3 substitutions will be made for African Stars. Oh, bad touch there from Bakonja. Oh, that's a beautiful ball. Lukaku Kasetura had to be there. He had to be alert. He was. And thank goodness for that. Kalaluka with the throw-in. It might be long. Bakonja, yeah, calm head, just finding Godwin. Godwin has to beat one player. He does beat one player. He passes it back to Bakonja, and he gets another beautiful through ball from him. Godwin with his left foot. Oh, caught out there from Tabang Setati. Good combination play by the 2 players. And a needless, I think a handball, unfortunate on Charles Ambira. Just kills off anything that Stars could have mounted once more. And then, yeah, the player just kicks it out. So Godwin, Isep, and Bakonja Chaikika just discussing that combination play that just happened, wondering what they could have done better. And the substitutions, it will be Paulus and Charles Hanbira, actually the 2 players that will be leaving the pitch, with Gianluca and Jomo Chiveta, the 2 players coming on. The 4th official actually has to communicate with the referee to make it official. The referee is not viewing this, and now he has communicated. And the referee just talking to Paulo, saying don't waste time, but he's taking a jog. What more can he do? Jomo Chiveta, he will slot in comfortably. He is from Greece, so you could call him the Greek salad, scoring a winning goal against Mighty Gunners in the MTC Maris Cup to get African Stars into the semi-final. So he's quick. He played a very good game when he came on against Chula Chula yesterday. Himself and Gero Katua, those were the 2 players that really gave African Stars some matches to light the fire after that red card. So let's hope that his energy can find African Stars that all-important 3rd goal to close this game off. Elias taken off the ball from Rika. Stiga goes wide to Jomo. Don't do that, Jomo. But Stiga now picks it up. He finds Jomo again. The pass was short. Jasper controlling the ball. Stiga committed that foul. Interesting times in this game here. These free kicks, and there's two players at the back post. It is Luca and Elias, the number 10 and number 20. Oh! It's fallen to Jasper, the striker. It could have been two substitutions scoring, or two substitutes scoring 2 goals for KK Palace. That's incredible. Beautiful through ball. That is not offside. But the linesman, luckily, gives it offside to KK Palace. Wow. From my view, I know I'm biased, but that looked like a perfectly threaded through ball. And the next substitution will be Jackson Johannes from left back, filling in for, of course, Edmund Kamanda. He's done well. And, of course, match fitness might be a little bit of a thing for Jackson Johannes, but he was involved in the first goal. So a round of applause for him. And Puksa, Gianluca, who can really play anywhere along the back line. Right back, center back, left back. He comes in at left back. Here he is now, Gianluca just clearing his lines. Oh, the ball's kept in. Nope, even as a throw. Oh, that's a bad header from Charles Mbira. Oh no, that's a foul. That's a head injury on Vitapi Ngaruka. And even a boot to the head cannot stop the strongest man in the Debmarine Premiership. Oh, that header was easily one day from Bakonja, but it's a good tackle from Kalaluka. Here's Elias. Seems to be really playing his number 10 role very well, Elias Hambongo. He was involved in the goal, but Jomo might cut in behind the right back, the number 17, and he cuts him in half and wins the corner at the very least for African Stars. And that, the left back Philippus Abraham, I have seen him once or twice being caught napping. So African Stars really need to attack that right hand flank against the left back of KK Palace. He doesn't look structured, Philippus Abraham. And Joma has won a corner from him. It will be taken by Tahikika. Oh, that's a beautiful header from Charles Mbira, but it's saved almost basically off the line. Oh, beautiful flick from Elias, but Stiga clears. Offside position there. Coming from an offside position, the KK Palace player. Still 2-1. Still the lead is held by the Debmarine champions, but it is a nervous lead. That third goal is very important. Otherwise, the defense of African Stars will be tested time and time again. Let us know where you are watching from. If you are in Oshakati, you have missed a quite entertaining day of football. Young African and Chula Chula playing to a 1-1 draw. And in the first half of this game, African Stars were the Samba Boys, going into the halfway mark with 2 goals. Godwin Isep scoring first and Awilo scoring the second. But very early in the second half, 2 minutes in, KK Palace found their first goal through the number 5 substitute, Roberto. It is a water break. Maybe time to assess from both teams, Coach Anderson Piri and Benny Hausep. And as the game will continue shortly, has re-begun. Roberto finding Jasper. Gianluca now on his left back flank. Can he beat a player? He cuts back in, he finds the cross, but it's headed out there from the captain. Roberto. Now in the hands of Jasper. Tackles are throwing there, and we're still deciding who's going to come out of that challenge. 25. You have water. Water. Here's Bakonja. 50. Sharp. Apologies for some communication there, in the lapse of communication. The game does continue. There was a small chance there for KK Palace, but Jasper, the number 9, Jasper Mokombuta, is a player that has really added a different dynamic for KK Palace, along with the goal scorer Roberto. Rika, caught in two minds, could not be the worst place to lose the ball, but it was very bad. Charles Ambida, that's why he's a brave warrior. And he was being fouled. Was being fouled by Andreas Shanika. Long throw in finds Bakonja, but it's kicked out by Shindima. And just a change of balls there. Two balls on the pitch. Gianluca will have another opportunity to find the player. It's cleared though. And Jasper finding his number 10. And Malane has been caught out, but Kasetura should be able to clean up. And he does find Malane now. Malane with time to think. He's looking at the field. He cannot be caught there. He does find his captain eventually. Godwin. Isep. Oh, the defender couldn't clear it. It falls to Jomo. And Jomo was very close to the byline. He couldn't do much with that. Awilo was the only other player in the box. And that's a foul. And the game is still at a very fast pace as KK Palace are trying to find an equalizer, and African Stars are in fact trying to find the third goal that will kill this game off. So for the neutral, this is mouth-watering. And African Stars are not a team to just sit back and defend. That's not in their character. They need the opponent to know that we defeated you. But here's Jasper now. An acrobatic Agru puts it back into the path of Elias. Oh, another acrobatic attempt from a clearance from Charles Ambira. And it was offside. 4 offside calls for KK Palace in this second half. No offside calls for African Stars in this second half. It's just telling a story of the game so far. And the referee has now a yellow card in his hand. And he's going to give that to Vitapi Ngaruka for time wasting, I believe. And it's really unnecessary because he put the ball down and it looked like he was going to take the free kick. But then he left it for his goalkeeper, which he rightfully so can do. But the referee saw that as time wasting, and it is a yellow card to the centre back, Vitapi Ngaruka. But Pakonja's in the box on his right foot, and it hit the hand. It surely hit the hand of the defender. We might call that ball to hand. You know, that still exists in football. Ball to hand calls, and I believe the linesman was right there to make a call. It might have been a little bit harsh on the KK Palace defender. But nonetheless, I did know and I did see that ball touching that player's hand or arm, if I can call it. What a penalty. Oh, beautiful touch there from Chitinda. But it's caught out there from Jomo. And Bakonja can look into the path of Awilo. Awilo now cuts to his left. He puts it into the box, but it's defended well. Stiga. And Kalaluka does the right thing and just puts it into touch. Shot. Wow, foul throw. Well, KK Palace have had 2 foul throws, and now they've had 3. Wow. A exhibition of foul throws between 2 teams there. Gianluca with the cross. He's going to go to the back post for Godwin, but Groot Boom is daar om te catch. Good through ball there from Sitati. Here's Jasper. Caught out there from Garuka. Jomo losing it out to Shitati. The captain now, Kenza, goes long. Gianluca, the head finds Awilo. Awilo with time to look up. Comes into the midfield, finds Godwin. And the number 10, Elias, he's really coming to the game. And that ball finds Jasper. And ladies and gentlemen, that's a foul on Vitapin Garuka. And while he might be the strongest man in the league, he did take a kick to the midriff. And I can tell you that in that replay, if you just look at it closely, it might have touched his hand in the box. Don't tell the referee that I said that, but it was a foul nonetheless. And the strongest man in the league will definitely stand up after that. Still 2-1 to African Stars against KK Palace in Oshakati at the Independence Stadium. It is a nervy closing moment for the Debmarine champions. 2 balls are on the pitch. Gianluca will take the throw in. And it's another foul throw. That's 2 now against Gianluca Puxa, which is unheard of. This referee is a real foul throw expert. That's a beautiful header from Gianluca. Gives the ball back to African Stars. Awilo is giving the captain pressure. But Captain Benny does well. But he gives it back right to Bakoja. Bakoja goes wide to Godwin. And between 2 players, it might have fooled Godwin a little bit. Malane. Godwin Isep really in this game today. Couldn't go between 2 players and he lost it. And KK Palace now having space to make a combination. It's a good tackle there from Charles Mbida to just give African Stars some respite. Because KK Palace are coming. Isiku. Elias. Isiku again. Oh. Don't play games with those small little through balls. They can fool you. Coach Benny Housep for African Stars hasn't sat down just yet. He needs to know that this game is a 3-pointer. Perhaps only another goal to make it 3-1 will allow Coach Benny to have a seat in his dugout. But here comes the number 10, Elias, who has probably been one of the men of the match for the game. It's a good tackle from Gianluca, and it's an advantage play with Jomo Tiveta. He's going to run. He's going to beat his man. Can he keep it in? He does. He kept it in. I mean, in your picture, ladies and gentlemen, could you not see that that ball was still in? Highly frustrating as a biased commentator here. What can I say? But good run down the line from the Greek salad, Joe Motiveta. We need more of that from him as KK Palace mount another attack. It's a good tackle from Charles Abila. That's a good tackle. That's a good tackle. It needed to be, because the referee might have blown his whistle right then and there for a penalty. Yeah. Now we are definitely biting our toenails. Let us know, ladies and gentlemen, in the chat on YouTube, what you believe the final scoreline of this game will be. And tell your football friends and family that African Stars are having a tough one here against the newly promoted KK Palace. KK Palace are sitting 11th in the log currently. African Stars are second. But if it stays this way, they will go top, just depending on how other points go. Of course, there's still that result from Ongos, who were playing at 1 p.m. Against Jelinho Athletic FC, and Comas Nampo versus Mighty Gunners. If Comas Nampo win that game, they were on 18 points, so they might go to 21 themselves. Jasper, he's fighting with Ngaruka, but it's legal. Here's Elias finding Tabang. Tabang again loses the ball to his opposite, number 8, Stiga. Stiga taking one of those runs that he normally does just to say, guys, control the game. And he wins a very important throw-in just to give some rest. Coach Anderson Piri of KK Palace just telling his players, focus. It's coming. Oh, Bakonja! Off target. Coach Benny Hausep just talking to his two centre backs there, especially Charles Ambira, just informing him, listen, you need to tighten up on that number 9. Jasper, he's on the ball now. It's surprising this guy is a substitute because he has been giving African Stars such a headache. And even in our picture, you can see Jasper and Garuka arguing amongst each other. But since he's been onto the pitch, he has really given African Stars a sore thumb. I think patience is out the window now, and what is left is only class. African Stars have to trust themselves to just get the job done. If it has to be through defensive a defensive exhibition, then it has to be. But I think they are slightly conceding that that third goal might not come. Let's just not concede an equalizer. But they've conceded a very, very favorable foul. Godwin Isep talking to the referee, and Coach Benny Hausep with his hands in his head. The fourth official is coming to the touchline Just he's about to announce how much additional time there will be. He's choosing not to do so just yet. The free kicks against Chula Chula were very concerning. They were very sharp. Kasetura saved all of them. Let's see if he can do the same against, I believe that is Romeo Haifiku, the number 24. Will it be a shot on goal or a little bit of a chip? It is a chip, it's a header, and it's a save from Lukaku Kasetura. And the chance of Stars stay Stars is starting to really come into the stadium. The fourth official has announced 4 minutes of additional time. 4 more minutes to bite your nails, ladies and gentlemen. Easy for the goalkeeper. And he doesn't want to pick up a yellow card, as Kasetura did pick up a yellow card against Chula Chula yesterday. That was for dissent, definitely not time wasting. Kenza with the header. Rika helps it on, but cleared. Malane headed that on. Awilo and Godwin are there, but it still finds Shanika. Setati, apologies. Setati puts it into the box. There's no one there, and is a foul given against KK Palace, and that really might be almost game, set, match. If African Stars can just hold on to the ball, possession play, then they will have earned a great 6 points in the standings of the Debmarine log table. These 2 results will be very important, even while losing the head coach of Ronica Nanelo. This might be a honeymoon period for African Stars, but it is not like Ronica Nanelo was losses. That's a little bit of an unnecessary challenge there on Gianluca from the number 10, Elias Ambongo. But a few spectators are already leaving the stadium right in front of me. You might see them just a tad bit in your picture. I believe they believe that the result is in the bag and 6 points has been confirmed. But let us not say that just yet, as there might be 1 to 2 minutes left in this game. They made a game out of it, KK Palace, it must be said. The first half was a whitewash. The second half was a little bit better from the home team. But I believe the newspapers will report one thing, and that word is class. And it's just another level when it comes to African Stars. Godwin conceding an unnecessary foul there. Maybe gives KK Palace one more opportunity. It's a long ball. It's a header on from Malane, and it's a good catch from Kasetura. So they made a game out of it. The goal scorer, Roberto, the number 5, the substitute, along with Jasper, the number 9, two players that really added something to the game. But in the first half, the first 45 minutes was enough. A goal from Godwin Isep, assist from Willie Stefanus, an assist from Bakonja Chahikika, and a beautiful goal from Awilo was more than enough. Well, I wouldn't say more than enough, but it was enough to give African Stars all 3 points in this game at the Independence Oshakati Stadium. My name is Emmanuel Nkora. Thank you for joining in. We'll see you again for the MTC Madis Cup next weekend. But here in Oshakati, it has finished between African Stars and KK Palace. KK Palace 1, African Stars 2. See you next weekend.